Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk here live from Melvyn's Restaurant here in Monroe, Louisiana. Stewart Shelby, Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill. Coach, welcome back again.
Thank you, Stewart. Good to be back.
And it is good to be back. Before we get going, this first segment here on Tiger Talk is brought to you by our good friends at Mickel Sports, right down the road there on Forsyth Avenue. All your team gear, whether it's high school, college, whatever.
They even fix gloves.
They definitely do.
Bougie's one of the best glove guy around.
Yeah, that's right. It's your hometown sports destination. So go by there first before you go anywhere else. All right, Coach, we come in here. We were talking a little bit about it earlier. These are the ones that we kind of like, you don't look forward to. But a loss, a hard-fought loss last Friday night to the Ruston Bearcats, a very good football team. Tigers get their first loss of the year, 14-10. Looking back on that Ruston game, it was a great atmosphere, playoff-like atmosphere. Ruston brought a great crowd. The Neville fans showed up, and it was from the opening kickoff, it was a battle.
Oh, it was, but most definitely. Great crowd, great atmosphere, as you said. Proud of the effort of our guys. We played extremely hard against a really good football team. Probably one of the best defenses we'll see all year by all means. And, just proud of the fact that, our kids played 4 full quarters of football, gave it everything they had, and, came up short against a very good football team. The one thing I can say is we got a whole lot better this past week against Ruston, and it's going to make us better as the season progresses.
I think you proved something to yourselves, that your team did. You really didn't know kind of where you were. There was still a lot of question marks out there, and you found out that your Neville Tigers will definitely come to play. They're not going to back down from any type of challenge as we move into district. But they really, like you said, played with a lot of fire, a lot of emotion.
It's a great week, probably the best week of practice since I've been the head coach. Just the effort, they were business-like all week long. The focus was there. It showed on Friday night. We did a lot of things really, really good Friday. Against, as we, they played in the Dome last year and got a lot of kids back. They talk like this is the best team they've had in 40 years around there. So, very good football team, a very well coached football team, and just came up a little short.
Definitely, just a little bit short. Had the halftime lead, and then just couldn't hold on to it. The big quarterback, Brantley, was the difference there in the second half.
It was. He's a big physical runner. We talked about it on last week's show about him being a really physical runner and just, tough to bring down. And, late there in the fourth quarter, I think he toted it just about every time, that last minute and 38 seconds. And, he's a good football player. The bad thing is I don't think he's a senior, so he'll be back again next year.
There was a few in some key
spots. Most of them were
that,
seniors, but they have a lot of quite a few young ones that play.
Yep.
And, he was a good football player, and we knew that going in. Our kids, tattooed him pretty good there, especially in the first half. I think everything just kind of clicked the first half. They made some adjustments at halftime on both sides of the football. And, we had the ball in our end most of the second half. On our end of the field, and so, it was hard to get things going. You're trying to, you try to use clock as much as possible when you have a lead, as many times as you can. You just don't account for some of the things that happen, at that stage of the game.
Well, like we said, Rusty comes out on top, 14-10, but there was a lot of highlights, and you talked about that defense, and it was some stellar defensive play.
We got some of those guys here tonight.
We do. We're going to talk to a few of those guys here later on in the show, but it was a scoreless first quarter. It was just kind of inching away, bending.
Slobber knocker is what it was.
It was. It was an old school type Ruston Neville contest. Anytime these two get together, rarely does it get out of hand.
Well, last week we talked about that. I've been the head coach for 4 years now, and Coach Ball and I have competed against each other, and every game has been within less than 7 points.
I believe it might have been in the past 5 years. I think the total margin of victory combined was right around 17, 18 points. So that's what it tells you. It's definitely some equal matchups. Okay, let's get into some of these highlights. Will Anders has compiled from last Friday night. This first one is a third and long. It's an offensive highlight where Fuller on a third and long gets you a first down.
Good play call there. It's quarterback draw on third and long, and picks up the first down. Helmet pops off, and moving the chains there in the first half.
His helmet. There was about that happens a lot.
Well, that's some of that is they need to tighten it up, and then some of it's a safety feature on that Rydell where it's better their helmet comes off than their head.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to explain that. We talked about it on the
happens on
the
TV
broadcast.
every week too. So you know,
but Fuller did have to come back out for a play and came back in. But a nice play there by Amon to get you there, and then end up having to punt it away. The Ruston defense forces a punt, and then Robert Graves here on defense with a nice tackle, I believe.
Robert Graves, you know, it was our defensive player of the game, man. He just had an outstanding ball game. He has really, really played well. This
12
whole
tackles,
season,
I believe, last week, and a pick somewhere right around in there.
Right. Yeah,
a lot of PBUs.
He has done a great job all season long for us, and played. He gets lined up. He plays fast, man. He plays physical. You know, every week when we pick a POW, his name has been in the conversation. So, you know, this week, just outstanding week of football for him.
So, Ruston drives down early in that second quarter, and they get inside or pretty deep in your territory, and then they try to go to the big freshman, and Cam Riley comes up with a pick here.
Yeah, they tried to go over the top here, a little fade route. Cam plays it perfect. Good physical play there. I'd like to see him lay down there, but he can get it on the 20. But, you know, Cam does an exceptional job back there in the secondary. Coach Campbell coaches him up, and just a natural back there in the back end.
We'll talk to Coach Campbell here later on here in Tiger Talk. He's in here.
We got Pick'em Grissom in here tonight, too.
Yeah, we're not going to talk to him. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so and after that pick, once again, you get it out of the end zone, try to flip the field, and then another big defensive play. Jaden Webb continues his stellar play. Man,
he has just got a motor that just doesn't quit. I mean, he runs through two blockers there and then goes around another one as he's getting held and sacks the quarterback right there. I mean, that's just an unbelievable effort. And he plays hard and fast every play of the football game. Well, you get that. You get the ball back, force another punt by Ruston, and then a nice catch, a really run-after catch by Hanlon. Right, yeah, this is a good RPO there. Slips a tackle there and gets up the field. And, I mean, you know, Bradley's just a great kid. He runs good routes, catches the ball, got great hands, and just, you know, anytime we can get it to him, he can get some yardage afterwards. That got you a first down, and then you go to the middle of the field, and Thomas Campbell with another big catch. Well, he's been big this year. You know, we run a lot of the option stuff, so he comes up with quite a few plays. And then, you know, when we're sprinting out away from him, most of the time they take their eyes off that tight end. He slips out there for a little screen. So just doing a great job for us. Drug a few defenders about 10 yards on that play right there. And then you go back to 87 here with a little throwback screen. Yeah, here's a little screen we was talking about here. They took their eyes off of him, caught the ball, breaks a tackle, and then gets up the sidelines there. And they run him out of bounds after we get a first down. And we got a penalty there late. They tacked on 15 there for the late hit out of bounds, and that sets up Jalen Nichols from 1 yard out, getting you guys the lead. Yeah, we brought in Mule Train there to punch it in there. You know, that has been our go-to down there in the end zone and the red zone, and those defensive guys come in and they get juiced up and ready to go for that. So we're pretty deep into the second quarter. You get a 7-0 lead right there. Ruston gets the ball back, driving a little bit, and then Robert Graves with his pick. Another great play here on our side of the field, picks it off. Little overthrow there. I thought he was going to get loose and take it all the way in, but he ran over there and got pulled down around the 50-yard line, I believe. Yeah, fortunate that you didn't turn the football back over on the turnover there. You gotta call one of the calls went your way last week or last Friday night, but either way, it was a nice play. Kind of thwarted that drive, and it gave you a chance. Put us in position to go. I think it's about 34 seconds left. We took a shot here. And, we're going to look at that shot. Hanlon almost with a great touchdown grab, but a great grab nonetheless. Yeah. We took a couple shots early and then we went back to him here, and then he almost tiptoed in the end zone, and we were looking at about probably, 11 or 12 seconds there when we ran the next play.
Yeah.
It was kind of tight. We thought we could punch it in there on the inside run and didn't
get
in, so we had to take the time out and get – I guess we're going to see that here.
Well, get the field goal. Yeah, you're right. We're going to see that field goal here. Jake Deal comes in and hits the 19-yarder as time expires.
Yep. I mean, that's a great 2-minute drive there at the end of the half to put 3 points on the board. The kids really, really wanted to go mule train there and punch it in, but it wasn't 2 yards; it was 3 or 4 yards, and we went on to try to take the points. And
well, you take the points. It's 10-0 at half. Your defense has been playing great all night.
Oh yeah,
and you go into half feeling good. What are you telling your guys?
Well, we're telling them, we got to keep chugging along. We got to get after them, stay after them for 2 more quarters, and in our defense, they held strong that whole time. Ruston's defense, dug in a little deeper and started making a few more plays that they didn't make in the first half, and they made a few adjustments of how they were, flipping their linebackers, which we had talked about all week long. We just didn't execute it very well, and the one thing that was disappointing was we had chances to score some or move the ball down the field a little bit more, and just didn't get it done, man.
Well, let's go to the second half. Graves with another pass breakup here for you, and you just can't say enough about his play last Friday night.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and he just about picked it off right there. He broke off that go route and came up and saw the flat route coming, and just that's exactly what he's coached to do.
It was a third down play. It forces Ruston to attempt a field goal, and we'll show it as it goes, just sails wide left.
Yeah. Yeah, he hooked it pretty good. Thank you. We appreciated that.
So it remains 10-0 after that, and your defense still going here. Here's really we were looking for a man to maybe give the credit for this sack to. It looks like Brandon Baker provided that pressure, but it was pretty much just a pressure sack.
It was. I think he ran the offensive guard back into the quarterback, and it tripped him up. But that's just a good old bull rush by Brandon, and he has come a long way for us this year and really helped that defensive front. He's also on mule train too, so
definitely
being a former tight end.
Former tight end right there. All right, Caleb Vaughn here. You get the football back, and Caleb Vaughn kind of saves you on what could have been a big loss here. Yeah,
we took a bad angle going downhill on a pitch here, and Caleb reached out and palmed it and got some good yardage out of it. We missed the block there, and thank goodness Thomas picked it up. But we got some good yardage out of that, and that kind of got us out of that hole a little bit that we were in.
Ruston gets the ball back, finally gets on the board. It's 10-7, and then they try the onside kick, and this was a nice onside kick coverage there. Tamarian Wade right here.
Wade did a great job of catching this ball up high, went up high and got it, pulled it down. I thought that was well executed, things that we work on every week in practice.
Butcher got called for a questionable, I guess you could say, personal foul offsetting deal.
Right.
But then right after that, he comes in, didn't phase him, and gets a big sack on Brantley.
Yeah, it's good blitz call. It was 2 A-gap blitzes by the linebackers, and we sack him right there. And, Butcher's another one of those guys. We had to move him from safety to linebacker to fill that hole where Breland had been playing in. And, he's done a great job all year for us.
And then hadn't been too many Wednesdays we hadn't talked about Burns, your safety, and he comes up and makes a nice stop right here as well.
Yeah. Well, it looked like he was going to get loose there. Everybody bailed out, and Juju comes up and good open field tackle.
It's 3:19. They punt it back. Couldn't quite get it. Needed to get a first down. Offense couldn't do it. And then Ruston comes with that final drive.
Just so that everybody always wonders about what's going on. What are we talking about? At this point with 3 or 4 minutes left, we're trying to use as much clock as possible. Stay away from any bad plays. Try to keep it out of the air as much as possible. Unless we just get pushed back, so far. And I think that's what happened. We had to throw the ball there. But, every time you run a play, you can run about 45 seconds off the clock, by the time the play's over with. So that's kind of what's going on in everybody's head, at this point.
Yeah, right. And Ruston gets that ball, has a big play, the only big pass play of the night there at the end of the fourth, and goes down there and then punches it in. You guys get a chance with about, I think, 33 seconds or so, 38 seconds to go, and just really had the hook and lateral set up there at the end.
Yeah, that's something we work on, every Wednesday and Thursday, and just didn't execute that one. If we get that flip there, we may have a chance. Their safety's still deep. I looked at all that, but we completed the pass. That was part of it.
Yeah. Well, look, at the end of the game, it was 14-10. You weren't able to come out with a victory, but it's somebody that you may see possibly in the future. We're talking about the playoffs. So
yeah.
I mean,
we've got that back now. So, I mean, that was a heck of a week. Ruston week, and we have the LHSAA. Thank goodness I got a great principal, Mickey McCarty, and he handled all that stuff. We talked for a little while on that, and he went down and casted our vote and everything this week, and so it's a.
That deal's over. It's behind you. Now you know what to focus on for the rest of 2023. So, well, look, it was a great game. It was unfortunate. The Tigers have to take the L right there, but it was a great game played by two great teams, and a lot of potential moving forward to do some damage here, especially in district play starting this Friday at home. It's homecoming, and we've got the Peabody Warhorses coming to town. We're going to talk about that homecoming stuff a little bit later on in Tiger Talk. But right now we got to pay a few bills. So we get on a little first break. We're up on it. We'll be back with more Tiger Talk right after this.
At Marion State Bank, we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and part of your community. With branches in Marion, Farmerville, Sterlington, Drew, and soon to be West Monroe, we're excited to be growing alongside you. Whether it's opening that first savings account, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Don't forget about MSB Mortgage in Monroe.
I'm Robert Lane.
And I'm Ben Jones with Marion State Bank.
And we live where you live.
Marion State Bank, member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
If you've been injured in an accident, you could be compensated in several different areas. You may have personal physical injuries. You may have financial injuries. You may have lost wages. These are all things that we can put our experience to work for to help you here at Parker Alexander.
Call David's Mobile Detail and Power Wash for all your detailing and power washing needs and soft washing capabilities too. They detail cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, boats, and even planes. They offer commercial and residential hot water power washing on nearly all surfaces including concrete, wood, and stucco. Give them a call 547-3233 or visit them online at davidsmobiledetail.com or stop by 2501 Washington Street in Monroe. David's Mobile Detail and Wash, proud supporter of Neville Tiger football.
Strong teams accomplish great things by working together. The Neville Tigers and Origin Bank know all about the value of teamwork and the positive impact it has within a community. These strong teams have joined forces to support the Salvation Army of Monroe, offering a helping hand to an outstanding organization that serves people in need throughout Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville High School have strengthened our community for generations and are proud to continue to enrich the lives of others. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, as we've reached segment 2 here of Tiger Talk. We're live at Melvyn's, and we've definitely dressed the place up a little bit as we welcome the two members of this year's homecoming court. We've got the Maid of Honor, Najalah Goodin, to my far left, and then the Queen, Miss Tabby Sampognaro. How about a round of applause for these ladies back there? And Najalah, I'm going to get you to move that mic just a little bit closer. That way we can hear you when I'm about to start asking questions here. So, homecoming is part of the tradition of Neville. And, every year the football team gets together and they nominate some young ladies. And you two were selected as the top two here in this deal. Let's talk about what this means to you. What you thought about when you first heard that you were the maid of honor? I'll start with you, Najalah.
Honestly, once I found out that I was the maid of honor, I was kind of shocked because, it was a dream come true. It was really like a birthday wish come true, so I was just excited. Excited.
How about you, Tabby?
Well, I was not expecting it at all. When they said my name, I was like, oh, they said my name. I just, wasn't prepared. I didn't expect to get queen at all.
So, they announced it after the pep rally a couple of weeks ago, and y'all had no knowledge of any of this. They didn't warn you or anything.
No.
But these guys are pretty good at keeping secrets.
All it said was special announcement, and we didn't. We kind of got the hint, but, we didn't know for sure.
Well, so let's talk about what this means to each of y'all. It gets to represent your school on a big weekend. And you've got the homecoming dance coming up, but the big production is on Fridays at the pep rally and also the football game. So let's talk about maybe the preparation for all that, because things started speeding up probably after that announcement. I would assume.
Yeah.
Najalah, what's it these last couple weeks been like for you?
Very stressful because this week is also my birthday week, so it's just a lot.
A lot. So, happy birthday. It's not a bad birthday present, I guess. Tabby, how about you?
Oh, it's been a lot of stuff. Friday, after I found out, I went and got my stuff, and then I've had to do a lot of things throughout. Today has been really busy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of work to do, and then we had practice, had to write a speech, and it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of
it's
stuff.
A lot.
It's a lot. So, all right. So, it's these awards. Najalah, it's not. You get normally when you're on the homecoming court, that means you're an involved member of the student body here at Neville. You're honored for these types of things. So, Najalah, tell everybody what you do outside of being, homecoming royalty.
Well, I'm a Bengal Bill, and I'm also on National Honor Society. That's really it. I'm just a Bengal.
Well, and Tabby, how about you?
I do cheer, and it's really fun.
Well, you talk about the cheer and Bengals. that's a full-time job.
Yeah,
for
it's really.
We've talked to both some cheerleaders and Bengals here on Tiger Talk, and you ladies really had to put in a lot of work and outside. And you add to this, it's going to make for a long week. Are you going to be able to perform on Friday?
Yes, sir. Well, at the game?
At the game?
No.
No. But at the pep rallies, y'all will.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We will.
Yeah, y'all got to sit in front of everybody.
Yeah.
What do you think
sir.
about that? You've seen, girls in the past on that deal. Y'all kind of ready for that? Do you think it's kind of don't know what to think?
I'm kind of excited to be able to sit and watch a Neville game. I've never been able to do that.
Without cheering and doing all
it's
the
kind
other
of weird. It's gonna feel so weird because I'm not dancing. So
and I'm not cheering, so we're just kind of sitting watching, and you can actually know what's going on and stuff.
Well, so part of the, we've got, I guess you got golf carts now. You can't drive the cars on the track like they did back in my day. So what are y'all looking most forward to this week? Najalah, I'll start with you.
The pep rally.
The pep rally?
And just walking down the field at the game.
Yeah, getting announced at the game. Tabby?
I'd say the same thing. I'm really excited for the pep rally because of our throwback uniforms, and I'm excited for my dad to walk me down the field. I think it's going to be really special and fun.
Yeah, I'm sure he can't wait to do that.
Yeah. He's excited. He's
really
excited.
I know he is. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Well, let's see. I want to ask each of you, what's y'all's favorite part of being at Neville? Just kind of over these past 4 years. Y'all are both seniors. You're looking forward to graduating this year. But if you can look back and think maybe one or two things that have stood out to you about your time at Neville.
I mean, I really like the tradition at Neville. Like, I like how it's like I just like the tradition. I like how it's like stayed the same, like mostly, and nothing's really changed. And it's like how like when our parents went there and stuff. Like I like the tradition.
Yeah. How about Najalah?
Well, Neville is just really welcoming. Like everyone feels like a family. So that's what I really like.
Well, you talk about those traditions. Both of you ladies are a part of that tradition. Will be forever etched in Neville lore as the 2023 homecoming court. And along with y'all have got a nice group of ladies there with you. Why don't you tell me about the rest of the homecoming court?
There's 3 more of us that are cheerleaders, and the other 2 are Bengals. And I know that we all like put in the same amount of work at Neville and try our hardest to do good in school and be able to get this like honor and opportunity to be on the court. So
Najalah, who are the 2 other Bengals that join you?
Sammy and Jordan Lewis.
Sammy. Was Jordan there too? Yeah, we spoke to them last week right there. And, well, that's kind of ironic, isn't it? A little foreshadow there. Tabby, how about you? What are the other
Ellie, Sarah Smith, and Lainey Mercer.
So a nice group of ladies. Definitely put in the work. It's going to be a tight not going to be as many cheerleaders or Bengals out there. It will there on Friday.
It won't.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
They'll be all right.
Well, I mean, look, we really appreciate you making the time. I know y'all got busy weeks to come out here and talk to us, but we've enjoyed having you here on Tiger Talk.
Thank you.
And good luck on the rest of the week. Hope everything goes very well.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We have Najalah and Tabby. Everybody, we're about to go to a break, though, so we will see them again on Friday night. So when we come back, we'll be talking with a couple of Tiger football players. I believe Cam Johnson and Sutton Lewis will be joining us here when we return here to Tiger Talk, live from Melvin's, like we are every Wednesday night.
You were an entrepreneur before you knew what an entrepreneur was. The boss of every stuffed animal in the toy box. The kid who had strategy and passion from day one. You ran a lemonade stand that actually turned a profit. Every day, Origin helps people like you who've always had the vision to see the full potential of any idea and make it happen. Connecting people to their dreams is our passion. Every great relationship has an origin story. Start yours today.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
In today's real estate market, you need an experienced team to navigate your buying and selling decisions. I'm Misty Hodge with Keller Williams Realty. Let my group use their combined 45 years. We know purchasing or selling a home can be a stressful experience, but not when you choose the Misty Hodge Group. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, give us a call. 318-348-5945 or go to mistyhodge.com. That's MISTIHAJJ.com. We support this community and go Tigers.
If you've lost a loved one through the fault of someone else, call Parker Alexander today or visit parkeralexander.com for more information or to schedule an appointment.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizzas, 9, 12, or 14. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta bowls. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the Subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, welcome back here to Melvin's Restaurant as we enter segment 3. I told you it was going to be Sutton, Lewis, and Cam, but we had a little quick switch. I think y'all paper, rock, scissors for it. You want to go first, so
absolutely.
No, yeah. Hey, look, we welcome in Neville defensive backs coach Chris Campbell to the program.
Thank you.
Well, this is not your maiden voyage here on Tiger Talk. We get to talk to you every week, and it's appropriate that you get to come on homecoming this week. And you said before we get going you wanted to holler at a couple of people.
Happy homecoming to the Neville Nation. Happy homecoming, you all. Like to throw a shout out to Miss Carson. She just had a grandbaby, so shout out to Miss Carson for having a new grandbaby, and Coach Eric Herndon, his daughter's on homecoming as well, so throw a shout out to those two.
Yeah, so you've got a couple of old, some. I've been seeing it on social media, and it's kind of tough, being from Neville, coaching at Neville, and then everybody's trying to come back for this homecoming game. There's a lot of festivities going on in and around the school, and you've kind of slid into kind of a newer role on the administrative side of things at Neville. So talk about maybe that balancing act that you've had to deal with over this past few weeks, but especially this week.
Oh man, it's tough. It's tough. You have to do a lot of checks and balance when you're on that side. You don't understand what it's like until you get on that side, compared to just sitting in the classroom, then go coaching. So it's a lot of checks and balances with the administration side of it.
Well, in addition to that, we obviously talk about your defensive backs, and we've been talking about some of your guys a lot. You've got a great defensive backfield back there, and some great individual talent, and really that last few games they've really started to step up for you. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the guys that you have there in your really corners, right?
Yes.
That's kind of where you are. So talk about your corners.
Well, Cam Riley is a junior, a returning starter. We had AP, who's a returning starter. So now we're going with Cody and Richard White. Will be playing. They probably will start this week because Cam a little nicked up.
Yeah.
And had the situation that happened in-house. We'll leave it at that. So Cody and Richard going to probably start this week.
Well, going through that first 5 weeks, it's kind of flipped. We talk about this all the time with the district. You got to front load that schedule just historically over the past few years. But it does allow for you to get some of these younger guys in there. You talked about, Cam and Richard, but I mean guys that have gotten some playing time early on and been able to evolve into these roles as starters or at least frequent players for you. But they get their start there early on in games such that we're supposed to win.
Yes, it's more when you tell them to get out there, don't blow it. Don't blow your opportunity. Let me see what you can and can't do. So we won't put you in a bad situation. Coach Collins does a great job the way he calls it defense. So it's make it easy for the position coaches to put their guys in. Say, all right, this is what we need you to do. Do it. Don't try to do nobody else's job. Do your own job. So, and I appreciate Coach Collins for that, for making it a whole lot easier for us and not being too complicated with the defense.
Well, you talk about that. You've seen some heavy passing teams, heavy running teams, a couple that mix in a little bit of it all. And those corners, I mean, they've been tested early and often here, and they seem to have raised their play up to the challenge for you in these first 5 weeks.
Yeah, like I always say, you got to be that dude. We call ourselves shut down. So, and that's what we want to do. We want to try to shut it down as much as possible. Are the people going to catch the ball? Absolutely they are. But we want to do as much as we can. I always tell them, hey, we take 15, let's take 15. 15 yards over 6 points. Let's get the player another down. Let's get them heaters coming at the team. So that's how I like to coach our guys on that side, on them islands. Like, yo, be physical, be tough, play pissed off. Excuse my language. But
it's
hey,
internet show.
It is what it is. So I want them to play pissed off. I want them to be mad at me all the time. You know, when they come on the bench, we don't walk around. We sit on one bench and I stand over there with them. So we don't walk around. If y'all want to watch the game, stand up, look at the jumbotron because we playing at home. So that's what I want to do. I want them to stay focused as much as possible.
Well, you've definitely done a good job. I mean, you've had good groups. You've had some talented players that you've helped mold over the past few years that have gone on to do some good things even beyond Neville. Give us an update on some of those guys that have moved on.
Well, to be honest with you, I really haven't talked to them because I just focus on the guys that's here. Just to be honest with you, what we had in the past, that's what we had. I got to focus on the guys that we have. I don't talk about them. I don't mention them because I don't want to try to relive what we did back in the past with these guys.
Yeah.
This generation right here, they're sensitive. There's
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I definitely get it. I mean, you got to coach these guys. Everybody's their own individual player. They bring their own talents to the field, and you just got to figure out where they best put them in the best place to succeed.
Exactly. I always want them to play comfortable as possible. I can say what you need to do, but I'm not out there with you. The game coming fast, so be fast, move fast. That's all we want you guys to do.
Well, let's change gears just a little bit because it is homecoming. So, I know, Vince is here. We've already given him a little something.
Oh, the guy they call Pick'em Grissom?
Yeah, Pick'em. Yeah, that's right. That's it. He's here. And but there's been some stuff on the social medias and things like that. There have been, I think it was Vince who came out and said he didn't like working at a place that had all the yearbooks because people could get in trouble. So let's talk about some of these guys. I mean, you got some guys or gals coming back in for homecoming that we got some good stories, some Neville homecoming lore from back in the days of old.
Yeah, the stories I have, I can't tell.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that. The stories we got, I can't tell. But I'm gonna be happy to see some old friends come back in for homecoming. That's even some that's here that we don't see. Vince and I, we see each other on a daily basis. That's my brother from another mother. So we see each other on a daily basis. But it's just some guys that we don't get a chance to see.
That's the good part about homecoming, and it seems to be getting more and more, popular, not only just with the reunion classes, but all the classes.
Yes.
People coming back and trying to get back in, and I think they're going to be able to, we're going to have a little tailgate going out on the grounds this year. So it's always good to make that walk through. It's hard for guys like you and me that got game duties, but if the right people come through, we do have some time to be able to go through and see who's getting there early, and then hopefully maybe check on them after.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of that, it's just ironic when on my way up here, Coach McCoy looking, he texts me like, "Hey, I need you to work the dance." I'm like, "Sure, why not? I got you." So that's the other part. I'm gonna miss homecoming. I got to be with the kids working the dance, and which I don't have a problem with. I love it. So want to see the kids have fun than myself have fun. I can have fun at any time I need. Probably keep me out of trouble as well. So.
Well, look, Coach, man, we appreciate it every time you come on here.
Y'all.
And good luck this week versus those Warhorses. All right, everybody. Coach Chris Campbell, everyone. When we come back, we will have Cam Johnson and Sutton Lewis join us as we talk to a couple of these Tiger players here on Homecoming Week. We'll be back right after these messages. Winning is synonymous with Neville High School and Williams Orthodontics. Where the Neville Nation strives to finish strong on the field, court, or diamond, Dr. Kevin Williams and his staff share the same passion to deliver outstanding smiles to all patients in North Louisiana and South Arkansas. If you or anyone in your family are needing an orthodontic consultation, call the friendly staff at Williams Orthodontics to schedule an appointment so you too can be on the road to a winning smile. Williams Orthodontics says, "Go Tigers."
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nuke's, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nuke's Eatery.
This is why I run.
Strong teams accomplish great things by working together. The Neville Tigers and Origin Bank know all about the value of teamwork and the positive impact it has within a community. These strong teams have joined forces to support the Salvation Army of Monroe, offering a helping hand to an outstanding organization that serves people in need throughout Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville High School have strengthened our community for generations and are proud to continue to enrich the lives of others. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
Here at Parker Alexander, we obtain justice for those who've been injured due to the negligence of others. Whether that's in a car accident, a truck accident, wrongful death, we also make our community safer. We hold violators accountable.
This is State Senator Stewart Cathy Jr., and 4 years ago, when you elected me, I promised to always fight for you in Baton Rouge. Fighting for what's right isn't new to me. I've devoted my life to serving my country and my community. It's been a privilege to serve you. Now, I humbly ask you to entrust me once again with your vote. Let's continue our mission of defending our shared values and advocating for a better future. Because honor and service aren't what people say, it's what they do.
All right, everybody, welcome back here to a fourth segment here on Tiger Talk. We're live at Melvin's Restaurant, and now we're going to talk to a couple of Tiger football players. We've got seniors Sutton Lewis to my far left and Cam Johnson. Guys, welcome to Tiger Talk.
Hey.
All right, so a couple of defensive guys that we've got. Sutton in the backfield, and you one of the big guys up front. So I'll start with you, Cam. I mean, that was a tough one last Friday, but you guys really held your own and did some good work on the front side, on the defensive front.
Yes, sir. We've been just preparating all week as a whole defense, with Coach Collins, Coach Courtney, all those guys that's in secondary and up front work together as one, as chemistry to, be able to stop teams like this and, work together.
And, Sutton, you've been handling the special teams deep snapping duties for the past couple of years, but, now in the defensive backfield, coming in on that nickel as a nickel back, and talk about being able to, those opportunities that have presented themselves here in your senior year.
Yes, sir. It's like, just coming in and with my team whenever, and just being around them, and trying to be ready whenever I can, just to help out everybody.
Well, talking about that defensive backfield, just right there. I mean, these guys right here can sometimes make it good for you.
They make it easy because they're always up in the quarterback's face, where the quarterback don't ever have to throw it.
Yeah, or you looking. If he does, it might be a float or a jump ball or something.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's usually like when we got guys like Pinky and
Cam. Pinky. We'll get there. I was going to try to keep it formal here on Tiger Talk. But, let's talk about that, Cam. I mean, coming through these 4 years at Neville, talk about the progression as a player maybe from start to finish here.
So I came in. I've been going there 4 years now. Came in freshman, played offensive line. I really, was just playing it. Came in my sophomore year, was playing offensive line, played center, but – transferred defense my junior year. Got love for it. Played in, a couple JV games then. So I really learned it. Started playing on varsity field as soon as I started.
then I just never really turned up since. Learned from those guys like Nietzsche, those guys, Fobbs, Kendall. But it also rubbed off on the guys that I play with now, Brody Webb, Malik, those young guys, Lil Fobbs, Jaden Webb.
Yeah, it's been a defensive front. A lot of people were questioning after losing some guys last year of how that was going to play out, and it's definitely I think it hadn't missed a beat. You guys are really getting after it. All right. Hey, Sutton, now you don't just play football. You're a baseball player as well.
Yes, sir.
So, shortstop for the baseball team. So talk about, juggling those two sports.
I mean, sometimes it can be a struggle, but, overall, I wouldn't want it any other way. I mean, I enjoyed it. That's what I've been doing 4 years since I've been at Neville.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of used to playing both sports, and after football, just switching to the next. And so I've kind of got used to it over time.
Well, this is a busy week at Neville, homecoming. Y'all had to not only vote on these young ladies a couple of weeks ago, but now it just seems like so much is going on outside or off the football field and really outside the classroom this week. You got a dance coming up. Y'all got dates, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got to figure out that, find some flowers, do all this other stuff. Any of y'all escorting some of this homecoming court down?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Y'all good. So y'all have to mess with that deal, but. It's just always a big week at Neville. I got some stuff going on. I think I got a carnival coming up sometime, but a big pep rally, a lot of alumni. When you think about people coming back, a school like Neville, homecoming's an important deal. You got a lot of alumni that are involved and a lot of alumni coming back for homecoming. What do you think maybe coming back 5, 10, 15 years from now you would think is something that you would remember as a player here at Neville?
Just a strong tradition. I know that since I've been going, it's been big on tradition. We used to stay the road with the same tradition every year, and just love it.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Sutton?
Just coming back, or when I come back, see how much has changed and how much the tradition has stayed the same.
Yeah.
And see how everything is.
It is definitely an interesting place, and both of you young men have been performing on the. You laughing because I said young men?
No, sir.
But both you guys have definitely excelled on the football field, and we are happy that you were able to join us here for Tiger Talk.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
sir.
for having
Thanks.
us.
All right. Before we go, let's see what goals for each one of you here for the year. What do y'all want to see here in this next 4 or 5 games? District.
I'd say just execution. Let's execute the plays better. Progress as a team, build chemistry, build it stronger.
Mm-hmm.
No busts in the next 4 weeks. That way, reach playoffs. We head on.
Be ready to roll.
Yes, sir.
Coming at week 1 of the playoffs. Sutton?
Just getting better each week throughout district, not only during the games, but as Coach Tannehill says, each practice and each rep get better so we can get moving towards the playoffs and what we want to do.
Yeah. We know exactly kind of what we're going to have to do. It hadn't been laid out formally in a playoff bracket, but keep doing the things you're doing. It kind of takes care of itself sometimes. So,
yes, sir.
All right, well, look, guys, Cam, Sutton, we appreciate you joining us here on Tiger Talk. And we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll bring Coach Tannehill back to the front of the room here, and we'll talk about these Peabody Warhorses and all the stuff we got going on for homecoming week here at Neville. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Truck accidents are different from car accidents. With trucks, you've got federal regulations that may apply all over the land. You need an attorney who's experienced in handling these cases, who knows all those federal laws, and has years of experience fighting for our clients.
In today's real estate market, you need an experienced team to navigate your buying and selling decisions. I'm Misty Hodge with Keller Williams Realty. Let my group use their combined 45 years. We know purchasing or selling a home can be a stressful experience, but not when you choose the Misty Hodge Group. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, give us a call. 318-348-5945 or go to mistyhodge.com. That's MISTIHAJJ.com. We support this community, and go Tigers.
We know you. You were the kid in the garage taking everything apart just to see how it worked. The teenager who stayed up late brainstorming and put it all in a business plan. You knew how to build a great team and then lead it. Origin helps entrepreneurs like you every day, from the corner of the garage to the corner office. Connecting people to their dreams is our passion. Every great relationship has an origin story. Start yours today.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases. Every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
When Neville Nation craves delicious fast food, there's only one place that comes to mind: Sonic Drive-In on North 18th. Whether it's a breakfast toaster on your way to work or school, one of the many lunch combos, a mid-afternoon Route 44 cold drink, a pregame popcorn chicken, or a postgame Sonic Blast, the Sonic on North 18th Street has you covered. So drive through or park and wait for a friendly car hop today to find out why our Sonic is the Sonic on North 18th Street in Monroe. It's definitely Tiger approved.
Welcome
The
back.
old Sonic commercial.
We get a kick out of that one every time.
And
But,
Cam was over there stuffing his face on that thing.
He
I saw.
was. That was a big day. Those guys worked hard over at the Salvation Army, and
it was a good day though.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good stuff done that day by our Tigers.
Not only we talk about our sponsors, we were with Origin Bank over there at the Salvation Army, and we had a couple of players of the week from Origin Bank as well that we're going to honor here right now as we go into this final segment here on Tiger Talk. Coach, let's talk about those guys. We got
of course, Bradley made a couple good catches the other night and good runs. Just played really well offensively, and then Robert Graves had another outstanding week for us, and those two guys are players of the week this week.
It definitely did. You had a couple of standout performances there in week 5. Okay, here we are. We got district coach and the Peabody Warhorses.
Starts with Peabody. It's homecoming, so it's there's a lot of things going on. But Peabody is, I believe they're 3-2.
I think so.
I believe they're 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, they're 4-1. 4-1. Their only losses to, I believe, Logansport, who has a really good football team. They've improved since last year for sure. The coach has done a great job. Last year was his first year.
He's in his second year.
He's in year 2, and they've always been a basketball school, and so he's trying to turn this program around at Peabody. They've got some really good athletes. They got like a 6'4" receiver out there that runs and catches well, and the quarterback's a really good athlete. And then defensively, they got some corners that have some size and play some good defense. So, we're going to have to execute. We've had a great week of practice again this week, and just execution. Cam said it earlier. Our practices, we have to execute at practice, man, and it's on both sides of the ball and in the kicking game, and we've done a great job of doing that here the last 2 or 3 weeks, and just continue working hard each week and get better and better.
Well, that's the goal. You use this obviously after going and playing one of the best teams in the state last week, and you get into your district. A district, by the way, that has nothing to do with your playoff system. But I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole another time. But either way, it's just a little, not say the level of competition, because all these teams
they're all 3-1,
3-2, 4. Yeah, exactly. So
they've all done a great job this year.
It's not talking down to that district, but it's not the old 2-5A that we used to play.
No. That will probably be in next year.
Exactly. But what we're talking about is just trying to stay focused. You got homecoming right here, and coming up, there's all kind of stuff to do every night, every afternoon. that's not related. That's not football related for a lot of these guys.
And I'm going to brag on our guys. They've done a great job. We talked about that Sunday and Monday. Cam was a little late getting here tonight because he's taking care of some of the stuff that we did, for homecoming after practice. Guys done a great job doing that. Trying to keep their minds focused. We've had a great week. You come off a Ruston loss and you got homecoming coming up with all this stuff going on. And we've had 3 really good practices this week. And, this team is maturing as the year goes along. They're just getting better and better each week, and we're going to continue to get better. And like I said earlier, we learn to execute at a high level no matter who we're playing. We're going to be a good football team and tough to beat.
You talk about that. It's just each week. I mean, it's not coach speak. It's just the way it has to go. I mean, it's one of the truths to the game of football and sports in general but you want to be better when you finish than where you were when you started, and it's all building to something. And no matter who it is that you line up against, you want to be able to maintain that level of play.
Yeah, week 11 is when we start the second season. We play the first 9 or 10 games, and then it's the second season, and you play all of those to get lined up for what you're really shooting for. And our guys have had a lot of experience in the playoffs, and hopefully that'll help us this year in the playoffs.
Well, hopefully it will. We're in week 6 here, Peabody, homecoming. A lot of festivities going on. I know the pep rally is a big one. It's going to be a well-attended pep rally. I highly recommend you getting there a little bit early.
Got a lot of classes going to be here this year.
There's a lot of 30, 40, 50. I know that
you don't have to go that high. You're getting into my age now. So.
Well, these are year reunions.
Oh,
yours
I know.
isn't quite the 50.
No, it's not.
But it's closer to it's getting closer to the 40.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
But my 30th is next year, man. So I know. Wow. So hey, what we do have though, I know that one of our friends. Don Blade is doing. If you check our social media, I'll repost that. Yep. But he's doing a walk. This is in a couple of weeks. It's not this week, but a couple of weeks to raise some money from NAFA, and he's trying to get all the people from the classes. So check our social media. I'll be reposting that as well. But this homecoming deal, you got a carnival going on. You got people strung everywhere. We talked to a couple of ladies on the homecoming court earlier here, and you got players are going to be escorting them at the pep rally. It looks like I think you got your guys dressed up. I know Davis came home with a shirt and a tie.
The football players, will wear our traditional shirt and ties for homecoming. And, we've had some great sponsor guys that have really helped the program out on making us look nice, and everybody look the same. And so, they're going to look nice Friday. I'll actually look pretty nice too. So that's about the only time you'll see me in a suit very often. But homecoming is a big day at Neville. It's just a proud tradition. Our football players get to walk, the maids and the ladies on the court down through the pep assembly. I mean, that's always been a huge deal. And it's just a great celebration of our school each year and our football program. And these ladies have represented our school in a great fashion and have taken a lot of time with our football team and they're all well-deserved, those that made the court.
Well, they definitely are. It's a big week at Neville. If you need some tickets, there's still a few tickets available. Go see Miss Joy there in the office over the next couple of days. I think there's some tailgating spots still available. So, obviously, I think you can go see Miss Joy for that as well. Pretty much everything running around that deal. You
runs through Miss Joy.
Talk to Miss Joy. And, as we roll on in this kind of home-dominated schedule, we're in week 6. And after this one, we got 2 more.
Yes.
2 more to go at home before we finally get on the road.
Our football operations guys are earning their money this year,
yes,
buddy.
They are. But they come to every day. They walk in with smiles on their faces, and they don't complain one bit. So as we close this out, Coach, any final thoughts? Homecoming week.
No, just looking forward to a great Friday night. The weather's going to finally cool off for once, and hopefully the showers will stay away. I think we're going to get most of that tomorrow. But it's always a great week. We love everybody coming to the pep assembly and definitely want them at the football game.
Well, for everybody that came here to watch us here at Melvin's, and Justin back in the booth, Will Anders, and all of our guests here tonight on Tiger Talk. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you as well, Coach Tannehill.
Thanks,
good luck this Friday. We'll be back on the air with the Pep Assembly around 7:45, and then we will have the homecoming game right here on the Neville Network and Sunday 98.3 at 7 o'clock Friday night. We'll see you then, and thanks for watching.